I think as reptile keepers, we've probably been through this at least once. We're ready to get a new bearded dragon and we get all wrapped up in the enclosure and what it will look like and with rocks and stuff, and we forget what's actually most important: UVB. Welcome back. I'm Blake McNeely from Cliffhanger Reptiles, a breeder of genetically robust bearded dragons. Let's dive into this. Before we begin, you can find a detailed description on what UVB is best at the first link in the notes below. I was just like you at one point. I thought that the ReptiSun 10.0 was the best and only UVB choice. But before we jump to that, let's take a few steps backward to see the basics. The truth is, you probably aren't using the best UVB. A bearded dragon's lighting setup, both heat and UV, should mimic the wild as closely as possible. Outdoors, the sun puts out ultraviolet rays which are absorbed by the bearded dragon. These are used to produce vitamin D and keep your bearded dragon healthy. There are a few different types of UVB lights. It seems that the most common is the standard fixture spiral UVB. However, we've seen that these do a destitute job at providing adequate UV rays to your bearded dragon. Having a good source of UVB is critical to prevent issues such as metabolic bone disease. For this reason, we advise using a T8 or T5 UVB bulb. These bulbs are superior for several reasons. First, they provide a greater coverage for the enclosure. Think about it. If an enclosure is 36 inches long and you use a standard UVB bulb, you're only getting about 6 inches of the enclosure. On the contrary, if you use a T8 or T5 bulb, you could cover either 24 or 36 inches. Wherever the bearded dragon goes, they will have UVB. It's just like the real sun. Now that you've decided that T8 and T5 bulbs are better than standard fixture UVBs, what bulb is best? For the first several years of my career with bearded dragons, all of our cages were equipped with a ReptiSun 10.0 T8 UVB bulb. However, in 2019, we switched enclosure manufacturers. The designer introduced me to the Arcadia 14% Bearded Dragon UVB. Let's take a look about that and the pros and cons of each. First, the ReptiSun 10.0 is the most readily available option in the United States. You'll be able to find a number of fixtures and aquarium hoods for this option with ease. You can find a link to the ReptiSun 10.0 at the second link in the description. You can also find a link to the recommended aquarium hood at the third link in the description. The Arcadia 14% will likely not be found in pet stores in the United States, so you'll need to order it online. You can check it out at the fourth link below. Since this UVB bulb is manufactured across the pond, it uses a T5 mount, which is less common in America. However, there are no shortage of fixture options. The fixtures we use can be found at the fifth link in the notes below. You should be able to get either bulb with ease. The Arcadia UVB isn't the clear winner for no reason, however. Here at Cliffhanger Reptiles, we've spent hundreds of dollars on advanced UV metering technology and testing equipment to ensure that we are using the best of the best. The Arcadia UVB wins not only because of UVB output, but also because of overall lifespan. With that said, both are great UVB options. I feel like I'm saying UVB so much, but the Arcadia bulb is our choice. We did not test other options in this video, and we're not sponsored by any of the manufacturers. This is solely our opinion. Remember, you'll need to replace your UVB bulb every 4 to 6 months and ensure that the bulb is the proper distance away from the bearded dragon based on the manufacturer's direction. Just because the bulb hasn't blown does not mean the UVB is still putting out UV light. These certainly aren't the only options for providing UVB to dragons. A common source of UV light is a Mercury vapor bulb. This is a 2-in-1 heat and UVB light. These typically have an incredible UV output and can last upwards of a year. However, this comes at a cost. Mercury vapor bulbs are pretty expensive, ranging between $50 and $60 each. On top of this, they're quite ethereal. Even screwing the bulb in can cause it to blow. I don't know how many times Mercury vapor bulbs have just stopped working here at Cliffhanger Reptiles. Don't get me wrong, they're great when they work, but they can be a real pain.
Wow, you're really bashing a product we sell.
I mean, I'm just telling the truth. Our goal is to be as transparent as possible and help as many people as we can. If you would like a Mercury vapor bulb, check the sixth link in the notes below. Bearded dragons thrive when they can produce vitamin D, and no artificial light is as good as the sun at producing UVB. Thus, when temps are warm enough, try to get your bearded dragon outdoors. This will help your bearded dragon to grow healthier and faster. Just do it safely and make sure that you're using a regular D3 supplement, whether your bearded dragon is going outside or staying indoors with a UVB. You need a UVB either way, but you also need D3. That's all for us today. If you have further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or read more information at www.cliffhangerreptiles.com. If we helped you out, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more fantastic bearded dragon videos. Cliffhanger Reptiles TV is made possible by these great people, and the bearded dragon that's behind me is we forgot to put a bearded dragon back there, didn't we? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay frosty.
Sunlight.